Welcome to Landria Onkka on YouTube. Here to help you break through fears and live an awesome life. Hercules, Hercules, Hercules. You'd have to see the movie to appreciate that. All right, so let's get busy. I got a question, and I think this is very important. Thank you for asking about visualization. Okay, so again, this isn't a parlor trick. Everybody's like, oh, law of attraction works for you, but no, law of attraction is working all the time. Quantum physics is just is. It's always working. You're always manifesting all the time, 24/7. It's not something you do once in a while, or I'll work on manifesting. No, you're working on manifesting what you desire. So if most of your time is focused on stuff you don't want, hello, there you go. That's what you're manifesting. It's really that simple. There's nothing between you and it. You're not attracting anything. You are it. What's the thought? That's it. This is advanced manifesting. It's really simple stuff. All right, so now somebody asked me, so when somebody said they don't, one person said in comments, I don't know what I want. How can the universe know what I want? Well, you're right. It won't, because you are the universe. So if you don't know what you want, that's okay. Just live your life and be happy, and at some point you're going to go, wait, I would like this to be in my life, or I'd like a better job, or I'd like to move to a different place, or I'd like to travel. And then you go, okay, that's what I would like to manifest. And so you see it. Now, how do you do that? So another comment was, you keep saying, Landria, to put ourselves in that vision. So if I see a gorgeous house and I go, oh, there it is, I may still be thinking that that is not within my reach. Right? Remember I told you if you have that thought, you're going, okay, here I'm going over here to visualize. I want to really focus on this and get away from the negative thoughts. Okay, you've done a great job. Yes, this is now what you're focused on. Quantum physics, right? Good job, except for one thing. And I did this in another video. If I look at this thing, all right, if I look at the thing I desire, and it's over here, and I'm looking at it, but my thought is, ugh, that beautiful beach house. You can't have that beach house, and it's getting further and further away. I see the beach house, but my thoughts back here are, be realistic. That thing cost a fortune. How are you going to ever afford that? Blah, 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 blah. Trying to figure out how you can do it. Well, the universe is going to do that for you. You don't have to figure that out. All right. So if you're seeing the beach house, you have to be in the beach house now. So when I see a beach house, I see myself not only in the beach house, but looking at the beach from the beach house. And I look behind me and I know exactly what it looks like. Now, do I have to have that exact house? Well, I'm probably manifesting that because every time I see that beach house, it happens to be the same beach house. So there's something to that. And the balcony is even glass. I can tell you what it looks like. It's a gorgeous balcony with big doors that open up. And there is a living room and a kitchen behind it with a countertop. And it's a very open floor plan. It's right on the beach. And it's amazing. I can even get the spray of the ocean. I can smell it. And I'm having a cup of coffee out on my balcony. I see that every time. I'm in that probability. I'm in it. So I don't put a lot of thought to it, but if I ever think of a beach house, that comes right into my head. So that thought is continually putting my probability out there. And I know for a fact that at some point I'm going to be standing on that balcony. Why? I know it's within my probabilities, and it's very, very desirable to me, and it feels really good because I'm experiencing it. So if you're looking at a house, you may have thoughts that it's too much for you or you can't do it. Now, if you're in the house, that's different. You have to, when you know you're going to get something, it's easy for you to picture yourself in the car, in the house, in the relationship, in the job. It's easy. So if you can't picture that, then you know you're not there yet. You know that there's something telling you that it's outside of you. I have to attract it. So I don't attract anything. Boom, I go into it. I shift into that reality. And I already know I'm there. So when I know that there's something I want to achieve and I'm going like, okay, I'm going to take it up a notch, I'm already functioning like that person. I act like that person. My personality doesn't change, but I already know certain things are going to happen. I don't know how they're going to happen, but darned if the right people don't call me and say, hey, I've got this opportunity. Or I take action. Sometimes I go, okay, if I want to do events or stuff, I probably need to pick places where I want to be and make a phone call. And sure enough, people say, yeah, we got a date open, come here, we'd love for you to teach or whatever. And of course, I create that. So my action, that forward motion, that energy is now saying, yes, it's happening, and I'm doing it because I'm the energy desiring it, right? If you desire it, you have to be the energy that makes it happen. The journey, it's fun, it's getting excited. It's like, ooh, I know this is going to happen. All right, now I have to put the speech together, and like, ooh, it's a little scary, but it's fun. And and so don't miss that. It's amazing. I mean, you should be like enjoying the journey. So you're like, okay, I know I have the beach house. So you know what I would do? I actually do this anyways. I do it all the time. I buy magazines and I go, okay, how am I going to decorate it? Not like, oh, that's the house I want to go. Okay, this is how I'm going to get my living room. Same thing with my mountain house. It's like all of these things, I know exactly what they look like. And they are progressing, right? Everything's progressing toward that. Sometimes I just don't know exactly when it's going to show up or the exact location, whatever. But I know it's going to fit the parameters of what's important to me. And I got to tell you something. I've never had anything not come to me if I am truly into it and believe it and feel it and whatever. So if I don't, I'm asking myself, why am I not? So I envisioned something, this was last year, and every time I envisioned it, it wasn't the way it should be. And no matter how many times I tried to envision that situation, it wasn't exactly, and I couldn't get past it. And I thought, maybe this is my sign that it's not time to go after that probability. So I dropped it. I let it go. And now I'm picking it up again this year. And guess what? It's looking different. Now when I envision it, it looks successful. And I thought, the universe is also working with you to say, if you know it's not your doubts, it's usually your doubts, but if you know it's not, you're like, why am I fighting this? Then drop it and go to something else, because maybe it's not right for you. Maybe that thing that you're desiring is not the best path. And I always ask for the best thing to happen. So if I see it's not visualizing for me, I'm like, something is there saying this isn't the right time to go after it, or you need to change the date on an event, or whatever it is I'm doing. And I listen to that. And sure enough, boom, then it's like, wow, things happen. Don't get attached to the timing. So this thing that I was going to do was a few months ago. And I said to my events coordinator, I said, this isn't feeling right. I want this. I really desire it, but it's not feeling right, and I'm okay with letting it go. So don't get too, don't marry your idea or whatever. That's why I said that's the letting go. The universe is going to take you exactly to the highest place if that's what you do. You ask for that. If you're forcing something, that's the ego. I have to have this job at that date. What if that job that you think is so great stinks? And if you'd have not gotten that job, the next month, a new one that was really perfect with you came along, and you're trying to get it right. It'd be okay if it doesn't come along. A lot of you guys have done this and told me about it. It's like you were okay releasing, and sure enough, you get a phone call from somebody else, and it's better, more money. That's the beauty of the probabilities that we have access to. And it's exciting to go, okay, can I look at this over here? Am I in it? If I'm not in it, I have to either work on my beliefs, my self-esteem, my ability and my power to be and have anything I want, and to let go of that ego on how it needs to happen or when it needs to happen, and just say, okay, let's work on that. And then I'll pick something that, pick something that you do feel very confident. Somebody said, forget the damn $1 million. If you can't pay your bills now, how do you think you're going to manifest $1 million if you're still thinking that way? If you're thinking like a millionaire, it's going to happen. That means you have to take the action. Be ready for what a millionaire has to do. Trust me, it's work. All right? Just doesn't float in the door. That's the whole beauty of earning things. There's a path to that we love. You know, it's not about the earning, it's about that journey. People with a lot of money, they love what they're doing. They're passionate, they go after it, right? Hopefully they have, good intentions, but we're not here to judge that. So if you think, well, I'll start with $1,000, and you go, yeah, okay, that I can picture. You see a $1,000 check with your name on it, and you see yourself cashing it. And you see it in your bank account. It has to, and then you go, yeah, this feels very good. Okay, I can do this. There you go. Congratulations. And then you go, oh my God, I got $1,000. Now here's what I did. This is years ago. I had a specific amount of money. You're going to love this one. I want you to be aware of this for yourself. I had a specific amount of money that I wanted to earn every year, base salary, right? Plus commissions or whatever. I interviewed for a job. It was a pretty prestigious job, and it was very high paying. The job had, let's say, let's say the base was, X amount. And I interviewed for the job, and my amount was just slightly below that. It was a pretty high amount, the base salary. Do you know that they offered me exactly what I had been envisioning? Because I didn't have as much experience as the other people. Just below what they asked, they offered me just below what the other people were making. Because they had more experience. But I manifested that. If I'd have had a higher number or let go this or more, I probably would have gotten that base salary. Plus the commissions on it, right? And I was like, oh my God. And I realized when I looked at my journal, I got it. I got exactly what I asked for. So don't limit yourself. Now you're going to look back and go, okay, lesson learned. I manifested it. So if you're manifesting something pretty big and you get it and you go, oh my gosh, there was that other house next to me, and now I'm in a position I could have bought the other house, but it was taken, and I got the house that I was envisioning when I really wanted the other house, and it's off the market. You all of a sudden you have a windfall of money, or you get the job, or something happens you didn't expect. This is really how it works. So it's like, holy cow, I just did that. I picked a probability where I wasn't going to get that bigger house because I didn't believe I could get it, but I knew I could get this house. So you end up with this house and you go, I totally could have afforded that house. And I would have rather had that house, right? Don't restrict yourself. So look at the big stuff and say, okay, how do I feel about that? And if you don't feel good about that, you have to work on that. Why am I not feeling? Why do I feel like, it's just as easy to manifest a castle as a button. Why do you think they said that? Manifesting's manifesting. There's no judgment on the other side. Go, oh, well, it's going to take us a while to put that together. Come on. It's the universe. It has no limits. Have you looked out there? There's planets and stuff floating around. We're floating on a piece of dirt in space. That's a little mind-blowing. Think about this. We are on this ball hanging in what? Floating around, all spiraling around this thing that's on fire. It's crazy. Do you guys ever think about that? And you're questioning if you can manifest a beach house or a $1,000 check? Come on. You're in this body. What do you think that took? Nothing. Nothing. So get off that limiting thinking and start getting with the program, my friend. All of it's made up crap, those limitations. We literally can walk on water. It's possible. Humans have done it. We know. Christ was one of them. We have people that levitate. It's no big deal for them. That's not made up stuff, by the way. And spontaneous healing. We can do that. All of us can. So start manifesting positive things, but remember something, and this is where you guys also go, oh, you tell us not to get hung up on the material stuff. If your life is focused on just that, then your happiness will always rest on that, and that's not happiness. I want you to be happy. So when I say don't get hung up on the material stuff, I'm saying when you manifest, don't do it because you think that that is happiness. Be happy first. And that stuff will flow for you. Why? You're on a high frequency. You're not attached to it. You're not like, that has to make me happy. And that's that lack I don't have thinking behind it. That's what I'm trying to express to you guys, is that that material world will not make you happy. So you're going to try and manifest it all you want because you're like, that's going to make me happy. I'm not happy now. And then that's a totally not wrong way of thinking if you really truly want positive things in your life. We need oops, I said the N word. We need to love one another and wish abundance on this planet every single day if we want to experience it as a collective. I'm going to use that N word, the need word. We do need that. We need. What's the world need now? Love. We've all got it. Let's spread it. All right, you're whole and perfect, strong and powerful, loving, harmonious, and happy. Blessings to you, my friend. Namaste.